I think society should be supportive of the young generation. I always was like inspired by how my dad used to create like beautiful sets on stage. I was inspired from childhood. Like I remember like vividly going backstage and seeing all these sets, like amazing sculptures at my scale, because I was like tiny. They're like huge monolith sculptures. I remember the first time like seeing those sculptures. Like one of them is like it's called طيرة النار, which is somewhat animatronic, and that was something amazing to experience. There were like different phases in my life. Sketching was always there, and still up until now. Like I do it on the side. The more and more I went into this field, like I used to watch movies. I still love movies. Animation was like a huge part of my childhood, and still is. The first time I experienced like a character that is moving, it was like in a math class, and like I was like drifting away and like sketching on the side of the book, and like seeing the creating like a somewhat of a flip book. It was like, wow, could be fun to experiment with. And from there I can definitely learn it. And with time, like I started understanding the mechanics and how like body moves, like in terms of like if you sketch this pose and then you put another pose, it creates a movement, and that itself is like it's an amazing experience just to create something that is living. Here we have our culture is very safe in terms of what to expect. They're expecting you to go and have education in a field that is known, and like if you say like, oh, he's an architect, you know what he does, and like you know he has like a sustainable income and somewhere where he works and he does that for a living. And I think that even though like I come from an artistic family, most of them are supportive in my passion, but they're always like go back to to a safe area. When I decided to go on a safe route, do architecture, I definitely learned a lot in terms of the technical aspect of it. Not as enjoyable, but I think it's also helpful. Let's say if I want to go on a creative route, I still think I can maybe use some of my knowledge in architecture, maybe in that field. But I also wanted to do more. I wanted to dive in my creative interest. Freshman year, I remember like I had that, you know, the liberty to buy these amazing books that I wanted, but I didn't have the option here. So I remember like buying art books from movies I love, and like something like I had a lot of time for myself, so I got all these movies, ordered these like to see all these behind the scenes and stuff like that, and it became like a big library I still have. I bought like books that relate to animation, related to art design and animated movies, and how these movies are created and stuff like that. I started building this library of creative interest. And the more and more I had, the more I was like, I want to do something like that. COVID hits, and my mindset was like straight away, I will take this for my benefit. I'm gonna take this time to do something I want to do. I've been wanting to do for a while, and I I'm really thankful for having like people in my life that always support me. My wife is one of the biggest ones. She always like pushed me to do what I want. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna apply to this program that will probably take a lot of time from my life. But you know what? Something happens, and like COVID gives you a lot of time for yourself. So I took advantage of that time. Since then, I started like this program with learning character animation, and it's a lot of time consuming work. Alhamdulillah, like I use that time for myself to learn something that I've been wanting to learn. I started learning 2D animation on myself. It was self-taught, but I need mentorship. I need some like learning from the best. And this program offers it. Like all the mentors I have work in the industry, work with these studios. My mentor worked at Spider-Man, Into the Spider-Verse. He did like this amazing work, amazing animation, which was one of the things that inspired me to get back to animation. So yeah, I decided to do it. I decided to go for it. And I'm still learning, I'm still in the program, but my goal is to either work for a big project that I'm passionate about in the future with these companies. It's very far away, but you know what? I'm gonna work towards that because I have that mindset. It's like whatever you want to achieve is possible if you put the time, and I'm trying to put the time for that. It's not impossible to get to what you want, and I want to get to that level. I want to work toward being a great animator from Kuwait that does some high quality content that tells something, that tells a story about probably where I am, where I'm from, and let people know that it is possible. What's next is that I'm still like I'm trying to finish my program in animation, and I'm trying to develop a network relationship with my mentors from the program. One of the things that I also wanted to do is to work with my dad again. He's been off like for a while, but he's been like also creating this amazing story for the past, I think, 2 years, which I was like involved in. I think it could be an amazing story to tell on stage. فوق النخل, that's the name of the play. We've been trying to like get it moving. I helped with like developing the visual content, or I mean, let's say the art direction of the play itself, and how we can make it, have like all these themes like melded together. I think society should be supportive of the young generation. If this kid wants to do something, out of the box, and like they want to create, like go in an artistic field, let them go in an artistic field. There's nothing wrong with that. So let them do it. Let them go for what they want to do, and support them.